What's up guys, I'm back with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle for you guys. Today it's an OU battle against KingEman from Pokememes. Now before I start, I do want to apologize, this is going to be done in Japanese because my English ROM is currently reset to get good legendaries, and I don't have the battle recorder item on that one yet, so bear with me. Though I'm going to translate most of them and animations are going to be on, so you can pretty much tell what's going on even if you can't read what's going on. Yeah, anyways, funny thing about this battle, I completely forgot that I had a battle schedule with this guy until like 2 minutes before the battle started, so I kind of had to quickly make a team, and turns out I did make a few mistakes, few notable errors in my team building. First of all, I want you to notice that I forgot to bring any megas. That was mistake number one. Mistake number two, I forgot to bring any form of priority, and lo and behold, he has a Crustle which can shell smash and outspeed my entire team. I wanted to try out Serpeior. This is the first time I've ever used Serpeior in a battle, just to see how how it performs, and see if Contrary is actually really good and if it actually holds its value in a battle. But yeah, I decided to go with Serpeior first of all, and then I found out that Rotom is actually a good pairing for it because it resists 3 out of 5 weaknesses of Serpeior, being Fire, Flying, and Ice. And Rotom's one weakness of Grass is neutralized by Serpeior, so those two make a pretty good pairing together. So I decided to bring those two, and I just added 4 other random Pokemon onto my team. He said he wanted to do an OU battle, so I kind of decided based on that, but it turns out I did a pretty awful job at making my team basically. And thing about KingEman is I never knew he was a really competitive battler, so I didn't really pay attention to threat management, hazard management, and everything. I kind of he said he wanted to do an OU battle, but he said he likes using created sets, so I kind of expected him to be using Pokemon like Sapphire and Malamar or something like that, but turns out he brought Pokemon like Terrakion and Suicune, and those were actually properly EV trained, and they had good IVs and they had good natures. So I was pretty boned from the beginning. When I looked at the team preview, I knew this is going to be a tremendously hard battle, and that's also when I noticed that I forgot to bring a Mega, and well, I had to roll with it because I was not gonna just say, oh no, I don't have Mega, and then possibly counter team his team and kind of cheat my way through. So I had to go with what I had. I also did not have any form of priority, which means Crustle can shell smash and go through my entire team. Actually, no, that's not true. Sylveon does have quick attack, but it never really uses it. It only uses Hyper Voice, and it's choice specs, so it's pretty much locked. I never really had the opportunity to use quick attack, and quick attack from Sylveon, it's not going to do anything to a Crustle. Usually it's only for beating focus sashed Pokemon, really. There's no other reason for Sylveon to have quick attack. But yeah, yeah. When I saw the team preview, I knew it was going to be tremendously difficult, especially the Ferrothorn. Like when I saw the Ferrothorn, I noticed that I didn't have anything for a Ferrothorn. Suicune, I do have a Serpeior, but once it starts setting up Calm Minds, it's going to be really troublesome for me. The Togekiss, I didn't really have anything for Togekiss either, except for the Gengar, but the Togekiss Ferrothorn combination is not really in favor for Gengar. But yeah, anyways, let's just hop right into this battle. KingEman leads off with the Medicham, which is obviously his Mega, and I lead off with the Skarmory because I saw he didn't have any hazard management either, and I needed the most advantage I could make from my team in the very first turn, so I do go for the Stealth Rocks immediately. KingEman, he goes for Fake Out this turn. I guess it was just to scout out what kind of item I had, whether I had Leftovers or Rocky Helmet, and I do reveal the Rocky Helmet here, so this Medicham decides to hurt itself more than it does to me, because Skarmory has pretty beastly defenses. So I do flinch here, and he decides to switch out, which tells me that he doesn't have Thunder Punch or Fire Punch, which means he can't really do anything to discard me. So I do set up my Stealth Rocks here. So in comes the Suicune, and Suicune, usually Crocune, uses Calm Mind, Rest, and then you know, it's pretty bulky and annoying and really powerful. So the last thing I wanted this guy to do was start setting up Calm Mind. So I do go for the Whirlwind here, but he decided to go for the Scald, and he gets the burn too, which was pretty unfortunate for me. But anyways, that was a really good turn for him, as I proceed to Whirlwind him out into this Terrakion. Now, I kind of predicted him to switch back into the Suicune, so I do switch into my Serpeior here. But it turns out this Terrakion is Focus, no, not Focus Blast, Choice Banded. And he goes for the Stone Edge because I was in KO range with my Skarmory here, so he had no reason not to go for it. And that does a hell of a lot to Serpeior. This is my first time using Serpeior, and I didn't expect him to live. But he does, and you know, Serpeior is surprisingly bulky. And yeah, it was pretty much a beast. So I do go for the Leaf Storm here because my first goal in this battle was just try to showcase Leaf Storm as much as I can while Serpeior is alive, because yeah, that's pretty much my main goal of this, just to show off Contrary Serpeior. And that does nothing to a Togekiss. The Togekiss just eats that up like a small pack of French fries, really. Here I go for the Substitute, expecting him to try to predict my switch and go for a Thunder Wave. But no, he decides to go for the Air Slash and breaks my sub, really. So here I want to keep Serpeior alive because it is the fastest Pokemon out of both our teams. And I decide to switch out. This Togekiss proving to be a bigger problem than I thought it would be. And I switch into my Sylveon here just to eat up the special attacks that Togekiss wants to throw at me. But Togekiss does have surprisingly high special attack, and I don't really take that too well. I do take a third of damage, and you know, Togekiss does what it does best, just air slashes and flinching me, which was really unfortunate. But luckily I do pull through this turn, and I do get off the Hyper Voice. And I thought this would kill, but you know, Togekiss is also pretty bulky too. Togekiss is overall pretty good Pokemon. Surprisingly good bulk and good special attack. And he beats my Sylveon 1v1. So I sent out my Gengar and I go for the Shadow Ball just in case he decides to switch into the Ferrothorn. And he decided to switch into his Suicune, which is a pretty interesting choice. He saved his Togekiss for Death Father, even though, you know, Stealth Rocks are up and Stealth Rocks would take it out from that range. He decides to go into the Suicune, so I do go for the Shadow Ball here, and I do get the lucky special defense drop, but it didn't end up mattering because it was going to be a 3-hit KO anyways. I was not going to get him from this range unless I do crit, but I don't really, it turns out. And yeah, I just spam Shadow Ball because I do want this threat out of the way before it starts setting up Calm Minds and stuff. And turns out he does go for the Calm Mind this turn. I don't know why he didn't go for an attack because he can't really take 2 hits. But I guess he expected me to save my Gengar for later and go for a switch, though I don't really have any reason to do so. So, I do go for the Shadow Ball this time just in case he switches into the Ferrothorn, and I do predict correctly. He does switch into the Ferrothorn. Though, you know, it's kind of a questionable play because that Suicune is also probably in Stealth Rock range. And basically, you don't really need more than one Death Father at a time. But also, he also does have a Medicham, which means he can pretty much bring it in and out and use multiple Fake Outs, using the Death Father as just free switch-ins, really, to get another Fake Out in. So, I do get another special Death Drop, so Hax was in my side. Judging from that first damage, this Shadow Ball was in range to kill, but no, I do pulled a low roll. I think that was the lowest roll that Shadow Ball could have done. And yeah, that Ferrothorn lives, it pulls off the Stealth Rocks. And basically that means my Serpeior is gonna die the moment it switches out. So that was really unfortunate for me. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, I accidentally brought my VGC Gengar, so this one doesn't have Focus Blast, because if it did, I would have probably gone for the Focus Blast just in case. But I do, I do end up bringing the wrong Gengar, unfortunately. So here, in comes the Crustle. I knew it was going to Shell Smash, so I do go into Garchomp because I know I can take whatever hit it wants to do. And Outrage is a guaranteed kill after Stealth Rocks. But I accidentally brought my VGC Garchomp as well, so I don't have Outrage, I don't have Stone Edge. Instead I have Dragon Claw and Rock Slide and Protect and Earthquake. Earthquake was ranged heavily in his favor. I think I needed the max roll just to get the kill. In hindsight, I guess the Will-O-Wisp was the best option for me there, but you know, I was also fearing the Lumberry, and the percentage play was definitely to go out into Garchomp and go for the Outrage. But you know, unfortunately, I brought the one with Dragon Claw instead, and yeah, basically this Crustle proceeds to destroy my entire team afterwards, because it pretty much outspeeds my entire team, and I don't have anything for it really. I do send out a Skarmory just to see if it has, just to hope it doesn't have Rock Slide. I was expecting to see Stone Edge here, and I was trying to hope it missed just to get one more chance at, you know, getting back into this game. And yeah, but he does reveal the Rock Slide. So with a Rock Slide, I know that I can live one hit, and I do go into Rotom, but he reveals the Rock Wrecker, which is 150 base power. Rock Slide does like half of my health, so I knew I was going to be able to live Rock Slide, and Earthquake doesn't do anything because I am Levitate. But I'm not going to live a Rock Wrecker. But thankfully, the Rock Wrecker is has recoil, and he can't move this turn, which means I can take it out with the Shadow Ball. Now, the reason why I switched out Gengar when he Shell Smashed was there was another reason to it, and that was because Gengar was my win condition, and that means Gengar pretty much beats his entire team really, including this Terrakion. So my only chance at winning here was to burn it and not get the max damage roll with Stone Edge here. But unfortunately, as you'll see, he does get the crit. I'll explain after this battle finishes. But basically, Stone Edge, when burned from a Choice Banded Terrakion, does 96 to 113 damage. And I do run quite a bit of HP on my Gengar, because I used to use it as a Perish Trapper in VGC. But yeah, and it was a VGC Pokemon, so it does have Protect. So basically my plan was to use Will-O-Wisp and survive the Stone Edge, preferably, you know, avoid it, but that didn't happen. And as long as I didn't get the 113 damage, I have 148 HP, so when I switched into the Terrakion and took Stealth Rock damage, it does 18 damage. I have 130 HP left. As long as he doesn't pull the 1 in 16, 113 damage, I live with more than 19 health, which means I can switch out and switch back into the Stealth Rock damage and still live, basically. My plan was to use Will-O-Wisp, and the Terrakion switched into Stealth Rock 2 times, so he was at 7 out of 8 health. And burn damage does 1/8 per turn. So that turn he was going to take another 1/8 of damage. I was going to protect the next turn. He's going to take another 1/8 of damage. I was going to switch into Serpeior. He's going to take another 1/8 of damage, which means he was going to be at half. And then I was going to send out Gengar, survive the Stealth Rocks, and protect again. And he's going to be down even further, which means he's going to have 3/8 health, which was in range of a Shadow Ball. And I also outspeed his Mega Medicham. He didn't have Bullet Punch. I actually went and checked using Imposter Ditto. And basically Shadow Ball is a one-hit KO on the Medicham. So I got really unlucky there with the final crit. That was definitely my last chance at getting back into this battle. But you know, stuff happens. It was also pretty much my bad that I didn't put much thought into making my team. If I brought the right Garchomp, the Crustle wouldn't have destroyed my Rotom, which would have destroyed his Terrakion. You know, I wouldn't have used the roundabout way to beat the Terrakion. And my Gengar didn't have Focus Blast, which would have taken out the Terrakion as well. So, you know, it was just a series of unfortunate events that led to my dismay. Though, you know, considering that the Ferrothorn and Suicune were going to pretty much wall my entire team, I think I did pretty well in overall, just looking back. But yeah, anyways, good game, KingEman. Definitely, you did a very good job trying to just maintaining the advantage and the momentum in your favor. Actually, no. Towards the end, I did have the momentum, but you know, you turned it back with the amazing Stone Edge crit. So, but yeah, I do want a rematch. I'm gonna, you know, bring my right Pokemon next time. And you know, I see you, man. I see you. I never knew you were this much into competitive battling. So you know, I'll probably bring more hazard management and threat management, because forgetting how to take care of a Ferrothorn is pretty much unacceptable, in my opinion. Anyway, so, but yeah, so tell me whenever you're ready. To anyone else, you know, if you want to battle me whenever you want, just leave a comment down there in the video, I guess. And yeah, I'll see when I'm open, and I'll give you my friend code, and you know, we can battle. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle as much as I did anyway. And yeah, peace.